Hello once again. This is video number 2 for week number 5 of our recruitment and selection video lecture series. We're talking about CV critiquing, the application form, and HR budget. We are now on video number 2. Who does the critiquing? Sino ba ang nag-i-scan ng mga biodata sa HR department? Usually, it is the personnel officer, also called the personnel supervisor or team leader. Siya po ang nagbabasa ng mga biodata at in charge siya sa pag-scan. Okay? Kung minsan ini-scorean nila yung mga biodata. Okay? This may be delegated to the personnel staff, yung kanyang mga sekretarya, yung mga clerks sa opisina. Pwede po yun. As long as dapat naturuan niya sila kung paano ang gagawin. Paano mag-scan ng mga biodata, how to assess. Okay? When critiquing CVs, one must be objective. Hindi ka dapat biased. Okay? You must be fair. And you must avoid any form of bias. Ano ba yung mga klase ng bias? Kung minsan bias tayo sa itsura, just like in the case study, may bias tayo sa school, may bias tayo sa age, ayaw natin ng masyadong matanda, okay? Ayaw natin ng middle age, gusto natin mga bata, yung nag-a-apply. Yan, that's an age bias, okay? May bias din tayo sa location. Gusto natin i-hire mga taga Makati, taga Manila, pag taga provinces, ayaw natin, okay? So, may mga ganung biases yung mga nag-i-scan ng biodata, okay? Basta sinasabi ko, maraming klase ng biases. Okay? So let's avoid those biases. We have to be fair. Kasi lahat naman nangangailangan ng trabaho. Let's give people a chance. Okay? You must be keen observer and a reader. Magaling ka dapat magbasa, sharp. Okay? Isang tingin mo lang, may nakikita ka ng observations ka agad. Okay? So mabilis ka doon. Mabilis ang pick up mo. And you can spot easily suspicious entries, yung mga gaps sa biodata, at saka yung mga tinatawag natin na white lies or inconsistencies. Yung mga mahuhusay mag-recruit, kita kagad nila, isang tingin lang sa biodata, alam nilang may diferensya yung aplikante. Or there is something wrong with the career, or hindi siya nababagay sa company. Okay? Now, what are the general parameters in scanning the CV or critiquing the CV? Tatlo lang yan. Una yung job fit. Paano mo malaman na yung aplikante ay fit for the job? As I said earlier, you need to compare the CV and the job specification. Yung kanyang biodata ba, nakapaloob dun yung minimum requirements na mga attributes na dapat mayroon ng isang aplikante para siya ay matanggap sa trabahong ina-applyan niya. Does the applicant possess the attributes of the ideal employee as stated in the job specification? Number 2 parameter, red flags. Meron ka bang nakikitang diferensya? Binabasa mo pa lang yung biodata, may nakikita ka ng mga mali. Something is wrong. Something is shady about this person applying. Is there anything in the curriculum vitae that arouses interest, skepticism o pagdududa, and cast doubt on the applicant? Okay? That's red flags. And then number 3 parameter, other details. So kung ano-ano na lang ito, maganda ba yung pagkasulat ng biodata? May mga spelling errors ba? Grammar errors? O kung minsan ang ginagamit nila hindi bond paper, gumagamit sila ng board, yung matigas na papel, o kaya yung biodata na sinabmit, scented, may amoy. Alam niyo hindi dapat tayo gumagamit ng mga paper boards or scented paper kasi ang tingin ng mga psychologists doon, yung mga taong ganun daw ang biodata, mga sabik sa atensyon. Okay? So, you are already being tagged. So, if you want to be regarded as a regular applicant, just use plain paper, bond paper, and don't use scented paper. Okay, wala na yung mga makintab na papel kasi iba gumagamit pa ng makintab na papel, no? We don't see the point. Psychologists discourage applicants from doing so. Okay? Yan ang tatlong parameters: job fit, red flags, and other details. So, you must download also the accompanying PowerPoint presentation, which I already uploaded in our group chat. Okay? Now, let us look at how do we critique in detail. The first step is, you've got to read the CV thoroughly. Basahin natin siya. Maigi, line by line, even the picture. Identify the entries that match the job specification. Critique the content of each section of the CV. So pag nag-critique na tayo ng mga content, titignan natin lahat. Yung picture, maganda ba yung picture niya? Recent picture ba to? Baka picture pa niya to nung siya ay teenager. Nagpapabebe, di ba? So dapat yung picture natin yung latest version. Ang picture na pinapakita dapat ng aplikante ay professional looking picture, business-like. Hindi pwede yung mga glam shot na kinunan sa studio o halos, alam mo na, sexy photo yung ginamit niya. Hindi pwede yon. Okay? Hindi siya professional looking. Photograph pa lang yan. Yung font style na ginamit, mahirap bang basahin? Yan. So dapat po ang ginagamit nating font style sa paggawa ng ating CV ay yung madaling basahin. Arial, Calibri, or Century Gothic. Yan. Huwag tayong gagamit ng mga script o kaya yung mga medyo slanted na mga font style. Mahirap po siyang basahin. Okay? So if you look at every entry, the work experience, the educational background, personal details, lahat yan bubusisiin natin. Titignan natin kung meron tayong makitang inconsistency o merong kaduda-duda na mga entries kasi those are the things that might be asked during the panel interview or the preliminary interview. Okay? Now, you have to critique also the construction and development of the sections of the CV. Paano ba niya sinulat ang biodata niya? Tama ba ang sequencing? Madali bang basahin? Magaan ba basahin yung kanyang biodata? Kasi may mga tao na yung biodata nila medyo mabigat basahin, masyadong too heavy. Okay? Masyadong very, very serious. At yung iba naman sobrang impressive, parang hindi na yata makatotohanan. Okay? So, those are things that will arouse interest. Okay? And then, you critique the presentation of the CV. Paano niya pinapresent ang biodata niya? Anong klaseng paper ang ginamit kung nag-submit siya ng biodata? Kung electronic naman ito, naglalagay ba ng mga borders, mga burloloy, no, mga decoration? Yan, hindi po dapat yon. So, pag ginagawa ng aplikante yung masyadong maborloloy, masyadong elaborate, masyadong artistic, may design ang borders ng kanyang biodata, that is again a red flag. Okay? It might tell us that he may not be fit for a very conservative position kasi masyado siyang aggressive sa kanyang presentation. So that kind of thing. So you have to spot the red flags. And lastly, you've got to jot down all your observations, your notes, no? Kasi yan ay magiging basis natin later on kung magka-problema, at least nakakita tayo ng mga red flags. Okay? So, we have given sufficient warning. Okay? Now, here is a sample CV critiquing. So, this is the case. A Filipino restaurant in Quezon City is hiring 5 cooks with the following information in the job specification. 20 to 45 years old, at least 1 year experience in Filipino cuisine, at least high school graduate, with National Certification Level 2 from TESDA Commercial Cookery or equivalent. Spend 5 minutes reading the sample CV of Leroy Barredo. I remember this, the name of the applicant is Leroy Barredo. I sent already the CV to the group chat so you can see his CV. Okay? Word format po yan. He is one of the applicants. So I want you to assess. Write down your critique of the said CV. What do you think about this applicant? Okay? So here are now the suggested or recommended answers. So let us assume na tapos na nating basahin. Ito yung magiging CV critiquing natin. Number 1, the age and the education fit the job specification. Bagay, yung edad, swak na swak siya. Yung kanyang education, swak na swak siya. High school graduate din siya. Okay? However, the CV indicates that he does not have an NC2 level certification from TESDA and he lacks Filipino cuisine experience. Yung kanyang mga experiences ay sa mga KTV bars, hindi Filipino cuisine yon, mga pika-pika yun eh. Okay? So, dalawa na kagad yung hindi siya swak. Yung dalawa, okay, age and education. But the NC2 requirement and the Filipino cuisine experience, he does not possess that. Relatively faulty communication skills. The CV is full of grammar and spelling errors. Nakita nyo ba yung mga spelling errors niya? How he spelled names and words? Ang daming error, di ba? Tapos nakakita rin tayo ng presence of gaps in the career. Ibig sabihin putol-putol. Merong mga mahabang panahon na hindi siya nagtatrabaho. So nakakapagtaka, anong ginagawa nito sa buhay niya? Tapos palipat-lipat ng trabaho. So merong mga panahon na tambay lang siya. Okay, those are interesting things, no? Magandang itanong yan kung sakali man na i-invite natin siya for an online interview. Or baka hindi na kailangan. Kasi that's a red flag. Okay, pag putol-putol ang career. Between November 2005 and April 2006, no, half a year, he was jobless. I wonder why. Okay? November 2006 until October 2012, medyo mahaba to, 6 years. Tambay din siya. April 2015 to January 2016. And then again, August 2016 to November 2016. So given this critique or yung mga comments, no, critique is comments, no, what is the decision? Are we going to invite this applicant to the next step or next level, which is the online interview? The answer is no, because he is not qualified. So we move on to the next CV. So ganyan po ang gagawin natin, okay? Kaya kung halimbawa 100 aplikante, we will make decisions like this 100 times. So yan ang trabaho ng isang HR personnel. Okay? Now, for your exercise now, you're going to do an actual CV critiquing. So, can you please look at the CV of Jane Ross? Okay? So, she is applying for a marketing officer for the same restaurant that we were talking earlier. So, this person will develop restaurant promotions to be launched and advertised in its social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TripAdvisor. The job specification, 21 to 40 years old, college graduate, good communication skills, proficiency in social media. So I've attached the CV in the group chat, the CV of one of the applicants, Jane Ross. Do a CV critiquing and put your answers in the comment section below. Okay? Make a decision if you will recommend the said applicant to come for the preliminary interview or not. Okay? So that ends now video number 2. Okay? Stay tuned to video number 3 later on.